I'm not a machine, I'm not a computer, I'm not, and I think especially in this age of AI, if you were to just throw some of the emotional problems that we deal with, right, the human problems we deal with, it's going to give you this like sterile answer that would not work in the real world because we're dealing with humans and humans are messy. And as much as we like to say, we're predictable in mass, humans are unpredictable one on one, right? You have no idea what to expect. So, how have you kind of managed to learn that balance of, yes, I am an engineer and yes, I use the logic part of me a lot, but I also am a human at my core, right? I think of, because we've talked a lot about like self-awareness and empathy and psychological safety from like emotional intelligence language standpoint, but I also want to talk about intuition because this is something that, again, we don't talk about in engineering, that we have an intuition. And as much as we like to say we make data driven decisions, in reality, we make emotional decisions and then go find data to back up the emotional decisions that we made. So, how have you learned to embrace your intuition and embrace just trusting yourself, plain and simple?
It's hard because you're not always going to be right. I think that's right. That's the biggest challenge
Yeah.
is being open and willing to take some chances and fail at times, but know that you're going to learn through failure and
Hmm.
continue to move forward and continue to grow. Yeah, I think the way that I leverage my intuition a lot is I always want to have a good sense of how people are doing mentally and emotionally. And so I feel I lean on my intuition a lot there. Like if I'm meeting with somebody one on one and there's something that just feels off, I will sometimes just pause discussion and I will just open up the conversation and say like, "Hey, I want to make sure that like you're doing okay. Is everything going okay? Like, let's talk about it." Because I want to make sure that whether it's personal life, whether it's something at work, like is something bothering you, and creating that space for that person. Because we get stuck in this cycle of, well, I go to these meetings, I have to present status on my work, I need to show progress in what's going on right now, and you feel like there's never room for those types of conversations. And so that's where I find my intuition helps the most is in understanding my people and then seeing like opening the floor up and having the conversations there.